Another great book that I obviously recommend that I actually own, and it comes in a great package if you get it straight from Annette, but you should just go like buy it on Amazon, is Annette's book, Click Magnet, The Ultimate Digital Marketing Guide for Law Firms. So I want to ask you, because I think if you're watching this, you sort of don't have the best idea of what you might be doing as far as digital marketing. So, what are some of the most easily correctable mistakes that you see law firms making before they come to a company like LawQuill?
I think that Steve's book probably, I haven't had an opportunity to read it yet, but it probably follows a sequence, right? It doesn't like start in the middle, right? And I think that what a lot of law firms, businesses, right? They're just a business. And I will leave all the business development to the expert Steve. That is not my area of expertise. So go to him if you need business development. Go to him or him wherever. It's this way for me. Um, and so what I find as far as digital marketing goes is just like any business trying to do their accounting or their development or whatever, they're overwhelmed, right? You're just overwhelmed. And so you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to have a website. Am I supposed to be dancing on TikTok? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And really there is a recipe, right? For how everything needs to go and the order in which it needs to happen, right? It's like a roadmap. That's the reason, that's my book. Um, it starts with branding. And I know I may lose some people here. They may be like, this is woo woo. It's just, fluff. And it isn't, because really branding is just an emotional connection between the services that you provide and your clients. If you get that right out of the gate, I mean, the rest of the journey is smoother. And you can change anytime, right? Like you're not like locked in forever, 20 years later, doing the same thing. If you want to do something else, you can always rebrand. People rebrand all the time, right? So if you get your branding right, and then your next step is a website, right? And then your next step is to I'm just talking about the marketing side, right? I'm not talking about business development. That's over there with Steve. But just with the marketing, you've got to have a website. You've got to have your own virtual real estate that people are coming to. And so sometimes what I see people making the mistake of is they throw together some website that's just, some sort of DIY website that kind of, frankly, between all of us, it kind of looks a little DIY, right? And they just start spraying and praying, right? They just start like, I'll put some on LinkedIn, I'll put something on Instagram. Now I got to be on Threads, right? That's like the hot new thing that all the marketers are talking about now is Threads. And, it's a flex if you have like a low thread number. But the thing is that it feels overwhelming. So the mistake that I find is that there is not a strategy, just like what Steve was saying. There's no strategy. There was just like, I don't know. I think I'm supposed to be dancing on TikTok. Let's just do that. And the trick, which is fine if that's what you do, but just because other people are doing it does not mean you need to do it. In fact, you probably don't need to be doing it at all. That's just my personal opinion. So you need to have a strategy, and the strategy really needs to start with branding. Know thyself, know who you are, know your distinguishers, know how you're different, know your niche, and just own it, who you are, and then know that your people it'll be a smaller subset of people, but those will be your people that you are really looking for, and then create a website around that, create content around that, create social media around that, and then it takes time, like anything, right? It takes a hot minute for all of this to work, but in the end, if you do this right, it will be faster. Because if you do it wrong, if not wrong, but if you do it in the wrong order, right, you have to sort of scrap everything and start over at the beginning again, which is with branding. So that is typically the biggest problem that I find is that rightfully so, lawyers are overwhelmed and they are not sure where to start. So I always say start with yourself. Just start with you. Start with what are the legal services you really want to provide, and who are the clients you really want to walk through that door, and then go all in on that.